Well, good morning, everybody. Meteorologist Scott Alnos here. You deserve a break, and you're going to get one. Well, we're in it right now, actually. After a nice little damp weekend, we are, today will likely be the warmest and sunniest day of the week. So we're going to get out and embrace it. We do have a little bit of fog out there, but all in all, not too bad. As you can see, some areas have reduced down to about a quarter mile in Eugene, but this will move out relatively quickly throughout the morning. So kind of shifting. But once we get over it, you're going to be quite happy with the results, or at least most of you will be. Some people just love the fog. But as you can see, a little bit of precipitation heading out. But what we're expecting to see today is on the dry side and relatively sunny as well. By midweek, we talked about this last week, another system pushes through, and that's actually going to bring in some lower snow levels, which is really good news. After the last series that came through was more towards the rain. In fact, Hoodoo up at Santiam Pass had to close due to flooding, basically, last week. But they are open again at last check, and then we're going to just see that system on Wednesday roll through. But it is mainly snow in the mountains. Now, does it make for travel? I don't think it's going to be enough where you're going to have huge problems, but after that, we're all kind of on the other side of it, and it looks pretty good. Now, for today, some 40s to start off, some 50s by around lunchtime, but likely to see some 60s and some sunshine out of all this. So a gorgeous looking day on tap. And then we'll roll in a few more clouds on Tuesday. But Tuesday, not too bad, just a slight little chance at some stray precipitation. But it's going to be late Tuesday into Wednesday when we see these showers starting to roll through. And it's going to be fairly damp. It's going to be brief, but it's going to be damp. So wrapping up today, some low 60s for the highs, some decent looking sunshine. And so nice little start off to the thing. Once that fog gets out of the area, we're in pretty good shape. Now, overnight low is going to be in the mid 40s. So good news there. Slightest little chance at some fog, but all in all, it's still a pretty nice looking stretch ahead for us today and tomorrow. Now, as I said, we got to deal with the potential for some fog continuing throughout, possibly even tomorrow, but a little bit of foggy of a coast. And then we get damp on Wednesday, but then we clear out pretty nice. And actually, these temperatures looking pretty good. Some mid to upper 50s expected. In fact, even near 60 with some clouds on Saturday in towards Sunday. As I said, the good news with the mountains is that we expect to see snow coming out of this. Not looking at huge accumulations at this point. We'll keep you updated, but that's certainly some good news as the snowpack is still desperately clinging to life at this point. Umpqua Basin, don't be too surprised to see some potential fog tomorrow, but then we'll clear things out decently. Again, just going to have a little bit of a midweek bump, but today's going to be gorgeous for you. Roseburg likely to see some low 60s. So a nice looking stretch for us, and Willamette Valley is no exception. After the fog this morning gives way, we'll see some sunshine. Tomorrow, not as much, as I said, but still, wow, I love this. Going to see some upper 40s giving way to some 50s Thursday and Friday, but then we're to some 60s with a chance of showers on Saturday. We'll keep things right around the 60-degree mark on Sunday, but we'll roll in a few more clouds. Overnight lows in the 40s.